Hey, are you Adam Graham?
The very same. And this is my old-time radio snack wagon.
Welcome to the Old-Time Radio Snack Wagon, where we serve up a bite-sized portion of old-time radio. And now, here's your Snack Wagon host, Adam Graham.
This week's old-time radio snack is going to be Australian style. Australia had its own golden age of radio, with numerous networks and syndicators producing a wide variety of programs. Some of these were remakes of American radio scripts in Australia, and fans of a variety of American shows from The Fat Man to The Shadow and Charlie Chan have likely encountered these sort of programs. However, Australia produced many fine programs of its own. Among these syndicators with the widest reach was Artranza, originally known as the American Radio Transcription Agencies, whose original goal was to sell American radio shows to Australian stations. However, directly importing American radio dramas was banned, and so many companies imported American radio scripts and then had them reperformed by Australian actors. Artranza did some of this. They created the Australian version of Gunsmoke, as well as a few other programs. But mostly, Artranza tended to make original radio dramas for the Australian market, such as the crime and smuggling series Forbidden Cargo. Today's episode is from a very obscure series that is not actually listed by any of the online resources that list all of the radio dramas Artranza produced. However, I was able to confirm from newspaper logs that it aired in 1938. The series is Famous Escapes, which pretty much is exactly what it sounds like. So here now is the 24th episode, Escape from Robespierre.
Famous Escapes. This is a story of the French Revolution. By the year 1793, the revolutionaries under Robespierre were in supreme power, but the violence of their rule provoked a counter-revolution in Brittany. One of the most dreaded of the counter-revolutionary leaders was the Count de Mayu, and at his headquarters this story opens.
The Marquis d'Estaing wishes to see you, sir.
Show him in.
The Marquis d'Estaing.
Come in, d'Estaing.
Thank you, de Mayu.
Sit down. What brings you to headquarters?
I desire leave of absence.
What? You need a holiday?
I wish to visit Paris.
Paris? Do you want to commit suicide?
My wife is in Paris.
How is that? I thought she was safe in Normandy.
Her mother was captured by the revolutionaries. There was no time to consult me. She rode post-haste for Paris.
What did she hope to do?
God knows. Whatever she hoped, she was too late. Her mother had gone to the guillotine before she arrived.
And your wife? Is she in prison?
No. So far, she is safe. The Committee for Public Safety does not even know of her arrival. But she can't get out of the city. The new passport regulations are too strict.
And you propose to put your head into the lion's mouth?
I must get her out of Paris, de Mayu. If she stays there, they'll find her sooner or later. You don't need me here. You're the backbone of our force.
All right, d'Estaing. You may go. Marquette can take over your command.
Thank you, de Mayu.
And here's your brother. Come in, Armand.
De Mayu, I've come to report. What are you doing here, Robert? I'm leaving for Paris at once.
Your foolish brother insists on putting his head into the lion's mouth, Armand.
Odette is in Paris. She has not been captured.
But if you go to Paris, you'll be recognized.
No, I won't. I'll go in disguise. I will make my preparations now. I'll see you before I leave, Armand.
Very well.
Now, Armand, what is that report you were so anxious to make?
Sergeant Picard reports 3 cases of typhus.
Typhus? That's serious.
Yes. A far more dangerous foe than the revolutionary armies.
Yes. We must set to work to organize medical treatment at once.
Odette! Are you there?
Robert!
Odette, my darling.
Oh, Robert. I hardly knew you in your disguise. But what are you doing in Paris? I thought you were with the Mayer's army in Brittany.
And I thought you were safe in Normandy.
I arrived too late, Robert. Mother...
I know, my dear. But it's over.
How goes the Mayer's army?
Well enough, except for a plague of typhus which broke out just before I left. But to business. We must think of a way of getting you out of Paris.
The passport regulations are so strict, Robert.
Yes. But there must be a way out.
You needn't bother about passports, Citizen de Song.
It's a National Guard.
You won't be needing passports, either of you. You're under arrest.
Guillotine me if you will. But at least let my wife go free.
I will not go without you, Robert.
You needn't worry about that, Citizeness. You'll stay with your husband, all right?
But what harm has my wife done?
She is an aristocrat, isn't she? That's enough. So we are grateful to her, I must say.
Grateful to me?
You were the bait that lured your husband into the trap. We've been watching this room for the last week, Citizeness. All right, Sergeant. You can take them away to the concierge.
Citizen de Stomp. Citizeness de Stomp. You have been found guilty of conspiracy against the Republic. You are sentenced to die by the guillotine. Long live the Republic! Long live the Republic!
Thank you, Citizen Robespierre.
You are Armand de Stomp, former Count de Stomp.
Yes.
You are a brother of the former Marquis, Robert de Stomp, who, with his wife, was last week condemned to the guillotine.
Yes.
You have been serving with the counter-revolutionary army of de Mayu in La Vendée.
I have. But I came to Paris with a safe conduct from the commander of the Republican army at Le Mans.
If I were not aware of that, you would, before this, have been lodged in the conciergerie. Why were you granted this safe conduct?
Because I have matters to discuss with you which affect the safety of the Republic.
Well?
And I heard last night that my brother and his wife had been condemned to the guillotine. I was at La Flèche.
120 miles away. You have ridden fast and far.
I have ridden to save my brother.
How do you propose to do that?
My brother and his wife do not constitute a real danger to your party.
Not in themselves, perhaps, but they are part of a class which is a menace to the Republic. Every member of it must be destroyed.
But suppose that for this comparatively harmless pair, I were able to give you the most dangerous enemy of the Republic in La Vendée.
You don't mean de Mayu?
Yes.
You mean that de Mayu will offer himself in exchange for them?
He will not offer himself. It is I who make the offer.
You are a traitor to your own party, eh?
The safety of my own brother is more precious to me than your good opinion.
But how can de Mayu be delivered to us if he is not willing?
If you will meet me on the outskirts of Le Mans tomorrow evening, I will see that de Mayu is there. Suppose I cannot deliver him alive.
That is your affair. If de Mayu is delivered to me tomorrow at 9 o'clock, dead or alive, I will release your brother.
And his wife?
And his wife.
You must be accompanied by not more than 2 men.
You wish me to be there in person?
Your word is known to be your bond, Citizen Robespierre. But for your subordinates...
How do I know that this is not a trap?
If I am willing to trust the word of a Robespierre, surely you will not cavil at the word of a D'Estaing?
Very well, Citizen D'Estaing. With 2 men, I will have the prisoners at the signpost, 1 mile out of Le Mans, on the road to Rennes.
At 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
At 9 o'clock tomorrow night. You, for your part, must be accompanied by only 2 men.
Very well, Citizen Robespierre. Good day.
Good day, citizen. Moutier.
Yes, Citizen Robespierre.
Tell them to give this citizen a safe conduct to La Vendée.
Give this citizen a safe conduct to La Vendée. It is a good bargain, citizen. A harmless pair for that tiger of a de Mayu. The signpost is a quarter of a mile down the road, Citizen Robespierre.
Good. Moutier, you and Espalion will accompany me and the prisoners. The rest of you will remain here.
Very good, citizen.
If you hear any sound of a struggle or have reason to suspect any treachery, you will gallop forward immediately.
Very well, citizen.
Why have we been brought here, Robespierre?
You will learn in due course.
Do not torture us, Citizen Robespierre. If we've been brought here to be put to death...
You have not been brought here to be put to death. Are the prisoners tied to their saddles, Moutier?
Yes, citizen. They won't get away.
Good. Moutier, I will ride first. You and Espalion will follow with the prisoners.
Very well, citizen.
Forward!
There is the signpost, Citizen Robespierre.
Party, halt! Is that you, Deston?
Yes, Robespierre.
Robert, it's Armand.
Armand.
Have no fear, Odette. You and Robert will soon be free.
Where is de Mayu?
He is in this cart.
Is he tied up?
Yes.
Show him to me.
Come around the back of the cart. See? There he is.
Hold up your lantern, Moutier. Yeah. It's de Mayu, all right. He looks a queer color. You must have had some difficulty in inducing Citizen de Mayu to accompany you.
I need hardly tell you that my colleagues in the army would have prevented me from bringing him, had they known what was afoot.
I dare say. He looks as though he's drugged. Did you drug him, Deston?
What does it matter to you whether he's drugged or not? There he is.
That is very true.
Now, carry out your part of the bargain.
Robespierre always keeps his word. Cut the prisoners free, Moutier.
Very well, citizen. Yeah. They're free now.
Ride on, Deston. You have half an hour's grace before any attempt will be made to recapture you.
Come, Robert, and you, Odette, ride. But what has happened? Have you exchanged us for de Mayu? There's no time for talk. Robespierre might change his mind. Ride on. Ride like the wind. We have gone far enough now. We can rest in this hut until morning.
But Armand, I do not understand. Even to save my life and that of Odette. Surely you would not betray de Mayu to the Republicans?
It is simple. You remember that an epidemic of typhus had just begun when you left our camp.
Yes.
I heard that you and Odette had been sentenced to the guillotine, and I was in despair. Then I had an idea.
What was it, Armand?
I rode to Paris and offered to exchange de Mayu for the pair of you.
That's what I don't understand.
De Mayu was dead. He had died of the typhus. No wonder Robespierre thought he looked a queer color. I arranged that the exchange should take place at night, so that they could not examine him closely.
But then, you broke your word to Robespierre.
I did not break my word. He agreed to accept de Mayu, alive or dead. He has him dead.
So long as you feel comfortable about it. Where do we go now? Back to the camp?
No, Robert. With the death of de Mayu, our army has dispersed.
The resistance in La Vendée is at an end, then?
Yes. We make for England and safety. In England, we will be able to begin our lives afresh and build up what the revolution has destroyed for us in France.
Armand, Robert, and Odette reached the coast safely and escaped to England in a Breton fishing boat. There they settled down to the happy and useful lives which were impossible for them in the France of that time.
Welcome back. A good story, a clever ruse to escape Robespierre, and overall a really nice dramatization of a historic event. I love the power of these short 15-minute programs to bring out these really interesting incidents and never overstay their welcomes. And this is pretty much as good as similar programs from the States. And even though I hadn't heard of this show before stumbling onto it randomly, this is a series I wouldn't mind escaping to again. It's time for me to close up the old snack wagon. But don't worry, we'll be back with another serving of old-time radio goodness before you know it. If you want to enjoy some of our longer-form podcasts, you can feast away at my website at greatdetectives.net. Your emails are also welcome at adam@snackwagon.net.
The Old Time Radio Snack Wagon comes to you from Boise, Idaho. Your host is Adam Graham. Sound production is by Rhines Media, LLC. You can listen to past episodes of the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon as well as connect on social media at our website at snackwagon.net. Email suggestions for episodes to adam@snackwagon.net. This has been the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon.
Until next time, goodbye.